Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for Scorpio gang in the early part of January 2025 as we start a brand new calendar year. I hope everyone's doing fantastic. But let's get it going here. My guides, talk to me. What do you got for us, Scorpio gang here, please? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio in early January. Please and thank you. What is the vibe in 2025 for us? What's going on, my guides? Let's get this first card out nice and quick, hopefully. You know, sometimes I say that it takes like 20 shuffles for it to pop out. But what do we got here for Scorpio gang, please? And it's one of those times. It's all good. And for anyone new here, I only read jumpers. There it goes. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a very creative energy. I often see it in water sign readings, which Scorpio, of course, is a water sign. But there is a certain complexity to it as well, which is something I've been seeing with other signs this week. Even though this image seems very simple, like there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little more in depth about this card, because if you look at the imagery here, we see this lovely lady in the center. She seems to be posing as an art model. There's different types of artistic expression going on here. We have sculptures, we have paintings, we have little Adam and Eve symbolism here too. So there's like this energy of temptation that's in the mix. But first and foremost, I feel like this is very creative. So for a lot of Scorpios, it might be good for you to get those creative juices flowing. So whether it's thinking outside the box in regards to like your business and work, great for brainstorming, whether it's artistic expression like music, writing, poetry, you name it. This is a really good energy that supports that. And everyone knows the waters with Scorpio usually run deep. So you might need that in this time. Now, the fact that there's so many different things expressing a similar idea does tell me that for a lot of Scorpios, you could be affected by a lot of energies. Either that or there is a situation that might seem pretty cut and dry, but there's a lot more complexity to it than people on the outside might think. So we're just going to dive in here. Let's put that down and get into tarot, because I don't want to get into the weeds there with that energy, especially with all the complexity. But let's see what tarot has. And I always say that first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. So in last week's reading, that classic Scorpio magnetism was on full display. The reading was titled Here They Come, and I just picked it up over and over and over again in last week's reading, that a lot of Scorpios might be in the place of pulling things towards them instead of chasing them. And that did come up as an advice too, like, listen, don't pressure something, don't chase it down, let it come to you. That was like the big overarching theme. But for a lot of Scorpios, you're pulling various things towards you, not just people. It's like I'm just pulling it in like a vacuum, which felt pretty good to me. But let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going now. 3 cards. What do you got for us, my gods, in early January 2025? Thank you. 7 of Swords. Huh. Okay. I mean, that should concern us, but it doesn't concern me. I think I saw this in the Virgo reading. One of the earth signs had a very similar thing with the 7 of Swords in position number 1. I'm not bothered by it. Let's get a couple more. What do we have here? Okay, I mean, the energy is a little gunked up here in the center. We're going to want to take a look, okay, because these energies here on the front end seem a little problematic to me. Let's get one more out. See what shows up. What do we have here for Scorpio? What do we have? Oh, there we go. Thank you. 2 of Pentacles. So the energy does get better, and I would say elementally these are energies that we work pretty well with. Okay, so I don't feel like I'm not too concerned just yet. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. But at first look, first glance, I know I was already given some commentary as the cards were popping out. But elementally, this is a pretty good fit with a Scorpio reading because, as everyone knows, Scorpio is a water sign. Notice we have two very powerful earthy cards here, earth element. So I always say when you mix water and earth, that does represent potential. It does represent abundance. There's a lot of energy here. Okay. And earth, I mean, you could be all about your pentacles. You could be in business mode, stacking pentacles, especially with that 4 there in the center. But we definitely want to watch this 7 of Swords because that could either be the realm of the mind or speaking. And with all the secrecy that goes on here, both of these cards could indicate like secrecy or keeping the lips zipped in one way or another. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Let's get into the weeds here. Position number 1, we are starting with the 7 of Swords. Now, for those of you that aren't too familiar or keen on meanings of the tarot cards, the 7 of Swords is one of the more challenging ones within the whole entire deck. We see this individual has a bundle full of swords and they're making away with it. Now, I'll give you the positives of this card first before we get into the challenges. This card could just represent something we don't quite see yet. So whether it's a result that we don't know about, whether it's something it's like, oh, I don't know how it's going to turn out, mystery to me. It's just something that's unseen, so surprising, unexpected. That's a big thing. It's something that's in the shadows. Now, when we get to the challenge of it, it can most definitely be a very serious warning because it could represent individuals that we need to be very skeptical about. It could be things that we shouldn't really trust. It could represent liars. It could represent thieves. So you see what I mean? There's a whole laundry list of things that this 7 of Swords can be. But again, innocent until proven guilty, right? I'm not going to say this is terrible yet. We still need to clarify it. I'm just putting a lot of these possibilities in your ear because it can most definitely turn out to be a warning. And there is a sense of secrecy or keeping your lips zipped. So for some Scorpio, and listen, again, as part of the collective myself, I know a lot of us, we can be very reserved. We watch what we share with people from time to time. That's a very common thing for people with Scorpio placements. And both of these cards here in the center, very, very private feeling, either that or very like secretive. Now moving to the center, we do have the 4 of Pentacles. This card does have a bit of a different complexion than what we just saw because there are some great positives here. Now the 4 of Pentacles, as with all Pentacle cards, can deal with money, business, the material world itself. Where it takes on a rougher complexion is when we talk about this card in interpersonal connections. Now, we'll go the money route first. For some Scorpios, maybe you're saving up for something big. This could be stacking those pentacles. This is a big card of like saving some for a rainy day. This is a card of investments. So when we're talking about the Scorpios that are in pentacle mode, when you're in work mode and you're stacking them up, this is awesome. This is great. It's not someone spending frivolously. So I think this can be really nice. Where it comes into the problem is the interpersonal relationships because it could represent jealousy. It could represent possessiveness. It could represent somebody not letting go of something you are unwilling to let go of. So whether it's a situation, whether it's an individual, when we have the 4 of Pentacles, it's holding on to something and it's holding on to it tight. And listen, everyone knows a Scorpio never forgets, right? And this card could really link into that. So we will see what that is about. I feel like for some of us, it could be really fantastic. For some of us, it might tie in with the 7 of Swords and it could be rough. Now, on the back end is where the energy does ease up in a much more positive way. We have the 2 of Pentacles here. So we see this person, they're juggling those pentacles. Notice the infinity symbol there, beautiful karmic type of energy. So this could link into karmic situations or cycles that we might be going through. To me, this is a card of balance. It's a card of calm. So there could be certain situations where you just need to remain calm about it and let it go through whatever process it's going to go through. That's what I think of with this card. It's fair, it's balanced, and this does speak of fairness in one way or another, so we do want to look at it. Now, the tougher aspects of the 2 of Pentacles, it can represent things that are out of balance. It could represent things that are not fair. It could also represent, especially with the juggling, somebody that is just dealing with a lot of energy. Okay, so whether it's energy from various people or various situations, it's very busy, 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 like that first Oracle card we had in the very beginning. So yeah, I mean, I always expect that the Scorpio readings are going to have a lot of depth, and it's definitely not disappointing this week. So let's I want to dive deeper on all of it, my friends, so let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? Guys, what do we have in early January? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself and you want to play along, yeah, please feel free. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Seven of Swords time. Let's see what this hidden energy has to say. Thank you. Okay. Either something you're not telling someone or something someone's not telling you. This is like withholding information purposefully. Okay. Now, I can most definitely say for some of you, yeah, this could be a surprising talk or an unexpected talk that does pop up with the Page of Cups in reverse. That's one of our cards. And usually pages represent communicating. So the fact that it's in reverse, it's like I'm withholding. I am not speaking about it. I don't want to discuss it, and I won't be discussing it for whatever reason. So whether this is a secret you're holding to yourself, whether this is somebody else where it's like, there's something they're not telling you. There's a piece of information that they should tell you, but they're not letting you know about it. Again, that's something as a Scorpio, I know that type of feeling, that type of energy would drive us up a wall. That will send us into investigation mode real quick, where it's like, okay, well, you're not telling me something. I'm going to find out what it is. And I will find out what it is. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So very peculiar. Hopefully for some of you, it's just a talk that you don't see coming, right? Like an unexpected one that's out of nowhere, surprising, shocking, you name it. Because it can be that. It can be that if we're taking the best case scenario. But with the Seven of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, it's either something someone's not telling you or something you're not telling someone else. Right? Like there's a secrecy to it. So we're just going to keep moving. We're just going to keep moving. It's like frustrating me a little bit. Let's see what that Four of Pentacles has. That's fine. It's fine. What's that Four of Pentacles here? Everything is fine. King of Swords, yeah, investigation mode. Okay, so there is most definitely something that you should... I've been seeing this for a few signs. I saw it for Pisces, but yours has a different complexion here, Scorpio. I have the King of Swords underneath the Four of Pentacles. It's like, do not lose focus. Do not lose focus, Scorpio. There is something that you need to be watching here. So again, I felt like this could have been a warning in the beginning. I'm still feeling that again. I feel like this could be an important or a serious warning in this spread that there is a situation that you must keep your eyes on, or at least stay up to date with it, or keep tabs on it. Now, let's talk about the King of Swords a little bit. It's plan-based. It does speak about strategy and planning, so maybe it's all dealing with that. Maybe someone's like, they're getting a plan together. It doesn't have to be the worst. It doesn't have to be nefarious, but maybe there is someone getting a plan together here, okay? Especially under the Four of Pentacles, it's like, all right, I'm keeping it under wraps. Like I'm strategizing and planning something. I know how I want this to go, but I'm not speaking about it. Okay, so whether that's you or somebody else, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. But aside from that whole strategic angle, when I see the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords, it's like, don't lose focus. And there is most definitely something you need to keep your eye on. Do not look away from it. Like keep looking towards it. So you know how I just mentioned investigation mode? I would not be shocked if something pops up in the coming days and weeks that sends you into that mode. Let's keep moving. Let's go on the Two of Pentacles. Let's go in on the Two of Pentacles and see what we can see. Then we'll do a quick recap. Hopefully it's a positive ending here. Hopefully it's a very positive result here. Because, again, I get a little amped up when I do the Scorpio readings because it just hits me and all the feelers. But it doesn't have to be bad. That's another thing I want to say. Don't take this as worst case scenario. This could all be very harmless. Let's see what the Two of Pentacles is. It could be very harmless or for a good reason, hopefully. Yeah. All right. So for some of you, it could really be for a good reason. I know Scorpio season is past, but when I see the Ten of Pentacles underneath the Two of Pentacles, this is a beautiful, beautiful alignment of energy. I would still keep a very close focus on who's around you, what's around you, situations you're going through, and not just that, but situations people you're connected to are going through. Because this doesn't even have to affect you directly, because another message I'm getting here is all the stuff I was seeing, it could be affecting someone close to you, and they might not see something that you would see. Where it's like, all right, well, they're just going along with something, but they don't know that this is the case. Like, I feel like you would see something that they wouldn't. if that makes sense. That's why I said there is a situation that you need to stay locked on. That's why I said this is a serious warning, because there's a lot of secrecy, there's a lot of unknowns, but there could just be someone you're connected to going through something and they don't know what road they're walking down. They really don't. Now, I will say on the back end, the Two of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful end result here. So does this mean that all the situations or whatever situations you're dealing with are going to go down in flames? Absolutely not. Like, this is most definitely like karmic victorious type of energy, like rewards based, win, victory, you name it. So there's a really fantastic end result. But with the Ten of Pentacles, that is a card of family and those that we care about as well. So again, I feel like there could be someone you're connected to that's going through something and they might not quite see all the angles, and your perspective could really help there. Okay. Aside from that, this is a good positive end result. So, I mean, if you're going to be looking for something, you're going to find it. That's how it feels to me. If there's clarity you're looking for, you will have it. It's like you will have your answer soon enough. That's how this is presenting itself to me. So that might be a good thing, right? Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. I mean, what a roller coaster of a reading this week, right? Because we have a good ending, but we also have serious warnings in the mix. Position number one, we're starting here with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups in reverse. So first and foremost, I said maybe there's something that you're not speaking about, you're not wanting to address, possible secret that you're keeping. Either that or there is something someone's not telling you. It's like purposeful withholding. Now, for some of you, it could be an unexpected or surprising talk, sure, where you talk about something you weren't expecting to talk about. But moving to the center, this little bit of the warning that we had, the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords, it's like keep your eye on it. Like, don't take your eye off this. There's something you need to pay very close attention to. And like I said here on the back end, could it be something someone you're connected to is going through and you might be able to help them navigate it? Sure. But I feel like there is something, whether it's people around you or yourself, it's like stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize here. Like, don't get distracted from something. And there's planning here too. There's strategy and planning. And as I said on the back end, if you're looking for some information, you're going to find it. If you're looking for clarity, you're going to find it, because you might be in detective mode in the near future. Like, I will not stop until I figure this out. Moving to the back end, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. Beautiful end result. So again, whether it's the people around you that you're helping out or whether this is the end result for you, I feel like you will get the goals that you're reaching for. Like what you set out to find, you will uncover. The result you want, you will have at some point. Now, these are pentacles. Pentacles are slow moving, so it doesn't mean it's coming right now, right this second. You might just be in this stage of the journey here in the front, but on here in the back end, it's like, but everything will go the way it needs to. And it's a beautiful wind-based energy on the back end. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further, my friends. Roller coaster of a read. Let's see what's in the shadows here. So let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. What's going on for us? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something you want to look at or you don't know is affecting you. I always say that shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a very good thing. So what is in the shadows for Scorpio, please? And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this first card out here. What do we got for Scorpio in the shadows? What do we got? Yeah, the deck is being very specific for you today. All right, Nine of Swords. This card has been all over the place in the water sign readings this week. Now, the Nine of Swords is wound a little tight, right? For some of you, watch your sleep schedule. Make sure you're getting proper rest and relaxation. Maybe you do need a break from something when the Nine of Swords is here, but it is like very much overthinking and a stressed out type of energy. So with what we were seeing here within the reading itself, like, yeah, I mean, maybe focus on something, but don't focus on it too much. Don't make it like the complete focus of your existence, because that's when this energy could come in, where it's like, all right, well, I'm thinking so much about it that like all these different scenarios are popping up. The Nine of Swords could be spirit telling you, like, Scorpio, you just need to blow off a little bit of steam here. You need something to distract you a little bit. Either that or someone you're connected to is really stressed out about something. That's a big thing with this card. Very intuitive energy as well. So yeah, Scorpio, very simple, straightforward, and that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.